Hello and welcome to Discover the Dalles. I'm your host, Brad Harmon, and today my guest is Melissa Reyes with Orchard View in the Dalles, Oregon. Melissa, welcome to the broadcast.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, it's our pleasure to have you on the broadcast. So it's a beautiful spring day here in the Gorge, and when it's springtime in the Gorge, it must mean that you guys are accepting applications for employment.
We are. The cherries are blooming. We have a great view up in Orchard View. So that means that yes, we are accepting applications for this harvest season, which will creep up on us very quickly.
Well, that's great. I love it whenever the cherry hills are in bloom, the cherry trees are in bloom up on the hills up there. It's just a beautiful sight. So tell us a little bit about why somebody might want to think about working for Orchard View and why it's such a great place for summer employment.
Well, other than the exceptional views and the everyday working with everyone, I believe that it's a great place to work just because you build friendships, you also build up your work ethic. It's kind of a lot of things in one, Brad, because it's like financial education. You build valuable work experiences. You also build friendships. We employ over 800 people at one time. So imagine you have to talk to a lot of people. So I really believe it's a great place to work. Great weather throughout the summer. Great pay. It's entry-level jobs, but we are very driven to offer compatible wages. So it's really a great place to work at, I believe.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And a lot of people come back season after season, correct?
That is correct. We actually do have employees that have been coming back for over 20 years. And so I'm happy, we're all happy.
Now, I know as the human resource person, one of the things you guys really focus on is employee safety. Is it a really safe place to work with all the equipment and everything that's going on there?
It is. It's a very safe and comfortable working environment. And like I said, people working alongside other people, it also creates that, watching out for each other, but it's always, a safe environment because there's, flags or there's people, seeing their surroundings, and it's just, it's outside most of the time, but we also have positions in the packing house, which, it is more of they're more in groups, so it's more in secluded areas, but we take much pride in providing a safe and comfortable work environment for our employees.
Wonderful. Now, what kind of jobs will be available? You say you have jobs in the orchards and jobs in the packing house. So what kind of positions are available for people to apply for?
Yes, we have numerous positions throughout, for example, in the packing house, whether it's packing cherries or stacking our boxes or wrapping our pallets. We also have more skilled jobs, for example, driving forklift or driving a big truck. We also have positions in the orchard, which goes by punching our picker tickets, helping them sort the bins, getting the leaves out. But also we have tractor driving positions. It's just overall, as little a job may seem, it is a big help.
Great. Well, I remember doing a cherry orchard work as a very young man, and it was a great experience and a great summer. It's always lots going on and lots of fun people to work with.
Yes, and like I said, it's just you're around so many people that you get to know them and create relationships from the get-go. Yeah.
Well, great. So if someone was to get a seasonal position with Orchard View, how long would they expect their job to last? About how many weeks is the season, and how does that work?
Our season lasts about 8 weeks. We actually are one of the largest cherry orchardists here in the Dalles. Our season is about 8 weeks. We work all days of the week. Some days off, weather dependent, but our season does take about 6 to 8 weeks to produce and pack. Yep.
That's wonderful, and you guys are one of the Northwest premier sweet, dark, and light cherry growers. So you guys have several varieties that span out over several weeks to be harvested and packed.
Yes, yes, very much so. We start with the Chalans, in the early season, and we end with the Sweethearts up until, you know, the end of July, which this year is actually a late harvest, but we still have, you know, 6 to 8 weeks of harvest.
Yeah, we kind of got a little bit of a late start with that long snowy winter, didn't we?
Yes, it was a very long winter for us in the past few years, but you know, like I said, cherry blossoms are looking great.
Wonderful. Well, it's been such a wonderful wet spring. I'm sure that once we dry out here a little bit, we'll have some beautiful cherries on the trees.
Yes.
Well, Melissa, you've been a wealth of information. Are there any thoughts you'd like to share with us about, any final thoughts or suggestions about how to get employment at Orchard View for seasonal summer cherry harvest?
Yes, I would like to invite everyone, you know, anyone that would like to experience working for Orchard View to visit our website, which we are very excited. You know, it's fairly new to us, but it's orchardview.com, and check out our videos, you know, look up all of our pictures, read through our history, and also go to pick your employment so you can apply for one of our positions that we currently have open.
Excellent. And it is a very beautiful website, if I do so say so myself. That's orchardview.com, and go to pick your employment, and you can look at the jobs that are available and fill out an application there online, correct?
Correct. Yes, that is correct.
Awesome. Well, Melissa, you've been a wonderful guest on Discover the Dalles today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, and we hope that we'll see you or somebody else from your team on another broadcast.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to Discover the Dalles. It's a product of UBLUR TV, and we hope that we'll see you again soon on another broadcast.